A week ago Friday, I had just arrived in New Mexico and was driving on US 70 heading due west to White Sands National Park. It was around 4:45 p.m. The sunset was at 4:57, which meant the sun was perfectly positioned in the sky to be directly in my eyes, just below the reach of the visor. And for about 15 seconds, I was literally blinded by the light. It was like a whiteout, but instead of snow, it was sunlight. Then the road curved a little bit, and through a combination of squinting and kind of scooching down in my seat, I was able to find a spot where I could see, but just barely. And it's really not exaggerating to say that I was a little terrified. Here I was in the brightest natural light that I'd ever experienced, driving towards white sand dunes that act as a massive reflector of that light, all so I could chase light with my camera. Photographers are obsessed with light. And no wonder, since the word photography comes from the Greek photos, which means light, and graphe, which means drawing. So every time any one of us takes a photograph, you are drawing with light. When photographers talk about light, we have all sorts of labels: good light, bad light, low, direct, soft, blue hour, golden hour, natural, studio. Those labels become judgments that dictate when some photographers go out. Soft, blue, golden, natural, those are all examples of good light. That's the light that nature photographers chase, and that is exactly the phrase we use, chasing light. If the light is perceived as bad, it's harsh, it's direct, it's overhead, a bright sunny day, some folks get very grumpy and they'll even stay home. But my favorite photographers have taught me that there's no such thing as bad light. All light is good. Contrast creates energy. Shadows add mystery and depth. We learn to work with the light that is given us, whether bright, dim, or somewhere in between. And of course, there's a broader life lesson in there for all of us. We can chase good light, ideal conditions, and be fussy when we don't get it. But what if we worked with what we had? What if we learned to make the best of what we're given, especially since we can't control when the sun rises and sets, what season it is, or whether our lives are in a period of light or darkness? In these dark days of winter, we yearn for light. We seek to illuminate the night with colorful baubles and bulbs draped over trees and decorating our houses. But the best way to enjoy all of those substitutes for a sun that has gone AWOL? Being in the dark. We need both light and dark. We know this, and we know it deeply. In spite of that knowing, most of us do anything we can to avoid the darkness. This is the season of waiting and anticipation to consider the final words of David Whyte's poem, Sweet Darkness. Sometimes it takes darkness and the sweet confinement of your aloneness to learn that anything or anyone that does not bring you alive is too small for you. Yes, let's chase the joy of light. And let's also chase the peace and quiet of darkness. It holds truths and secrets that want to be seen and heard. We can't see them if we're always blinded by the light. We can't hear them if we're always drowning them out in fa-la-la-la-las. Let there be light, which we only know because we know dark. Be the light. Follow the Spirit where it takes you and accept the gifts of the season, an invitation to darkness and the sweet confinement of aloneness to discover what brings you alive, where you find out who you are and prepare to receive and share your light.